So I went to kickboxing again. I had to stop at the grocery store on my way, so I was a little later than normal, but I wasn't worried about it because it usually takes a while for the kids from the earlier session to clear out. I'm pleased to report that I suffered no injuries this week because when I arrived, right as the last kid was leaving, thank you groceries, there was no one else there. So I just got to go home instead. Harry Potter event at the store on Monday. I'm sure those of you who care already know, but Monday was the 20th anniversary of Philosopher's Stone being published. I was in charge of our event. Surprise! I couldn't plan anything too elaborate because we're quite a small store and it was just me planning it and running it. But I made a scavenger hunt and I put together a photo booth area where kids could pose with props that someone else had built for a previous Harry Potter event. Yes! And I made a word search and there were lots of coloring pages and balloons to decorate as owls or dragon eggs. And I made 2 quizzes. I was gonna make 3 quizzes so that there would be a first year, an owl, and a newt. But since it was the 20th anniversary of Philosopher's Stone, I wanted each quiz to have 20 questions and to be about that book specifically. But 40 questions about a book with 17 chapters is a lot. I couldn't do another 20 questions. Especially once I realized how hard it is for me to determine the difficulty of Harry Potter questions. For me, it's all easy. I think I did pretty well though. My quiz brought no one to tears, and if they were stumped by a couple of questions, they just looked it up in the book. There are 8 new editions for the anniversary. A paperback and a hardback for each house. So there was a whole table of nothing but the Philosopher's Stone right there. And next to it was my face painting table. Hear me out. I needed a reason to stay in the kids section, to keep an eye on the Sharpie balloon situation, to answer any questions people had about the scavenger hunt or the quizzes, to explain things to anyone who showed up a bit late. And I needed to appear occupied enough that the regular customers wouldn't bother me. So when I found the face paint set upstairs, I thought, great! Except for the fact that I can't draw. I did a snitch on my own hand so the kids would have reasonable expectations going in, which more or less worked. They generally seemed satisfied with lightning scars and snitches. And the few requests that were different weren't necessarily more difficult. The kid who wanted to be a dragon egg just told me to draw a bunch of spots on his face. The girl who wanted a rose accepted my generic pink flower. And the girl who wanted a snake, I can draw a curvy line. And then I met my nemesis. I want Dobby. I don't think he was satisfied. I did my best, kid. I did my best. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Bye! The thing I'm most proud of? I forced 20 kids to sit quietly for half an hour while I read the first chapter of the book.